I want to create an array of integers, referred to as x sub I. All the integers contained herein will be referred to as x sub I. So I've got 1, 2, 5, 6, 2 sevens. And how about 4 eights? That's good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good, that's my vector. Now, each one of these integers, I'll refer to it as x sub I. How often does each one of these occur? Well, how would we refer to that in terms of a letter? Well, the frequency, how often it occurs, the frequency of that integer, that I value. Well, let's see what we get. How often does this integer occur? 1. Well, it occurs 1 occurs 1 time. Its frequency is 1 time. The value is 1. And the frequency 1 time. Let's multiply those two together, and I get 1. Let's do the next one. The value x, 2, times its frequency. How often does 2 occur? Once. So 2 times 1, and that's 2. How about 5? Well, 5 occurs 1 time, and that gives me 5. 6 occurs 1 time, and that gives me 6. 7 occurs 2 times, and that gives me 14. 8 occurs 4 times, and that gives me 32. Let's sum these up. What am I summing up? I am summing up the value x sub I times the frequency of its occurrence, f sub I. And that's going to come out to 1 and 2 is 3, and 5 is 8, plus 6 is 14. We got 14. Here's another 14, and here's 32. So 32 and 14, 32 and 10 is 42, and 4 is 46. 56 and 4 is 60. So the sum of these guys is 60. What if I now divide that by something else? I can sum up the frequency, how often these guys occur. Well, what will that tell me? Well, let's see. Let's divide it by how often they occur. So let me get rid of this mess over here. And, whoops. And, BC, almost got rid of, there we go. So now, how often does 1 occur? Once. 2, once. 5, once. 6, once. 7, twice. 8, 4 times. Let's sum these up. The sum of these of the frequencies. 1, 1, 1, 1, that's 4, plus 2 is 6, plus 4 is 10. That equals 10. So 60 divided by 10 is 6. That's interesting, because if I just add these guys up, 1 and 2 and 5 and 6, which is 14, and 14 and 32, that gives me 60. If I divide that by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of these guys, I get the average, which is 6. And that's what the mean is. That's what the mean is. It is the average. And so in Matlab, when you key in the mean, when you assign this array to a variable, now let's make it a little bit smaller. When you assign this to a variable and say x equals this, and then you key in what is the mean of x, you're going to get x equals, you're going to get 6, not x equals 6, you're going to get the answer equals 6. So I'll just put it like that. And that's what Matlab is actually doing. And we can represent it this way. The sum of the number of integers, of the integer itself, times its frequency. And that gives us 60, as we saw before, and that divided by the sum of the frequencies, which gives us 10, and that comes to 6. And that's pretty much all I have to say for now. Bye-bye. This is George Boole.